Explore the riveting history of Pakistan's independence. The fight for freedom touches hearts everywhere. For many, Pakistan's long path to freedom is a symbol of strength and willpower. From 1930 to 1947, Pakistanis worked hard for their freedom. They faced many obstacles, but never gave up. The documentary Journey to Freedom, Pakistan's Road to Independence, shows this important time in history. This film is great for learning about Pakistan's fight for freedom. It tells the story of key people and events that helped create the country. The Seeds of a Nation. British colonial rule in the subcontinent. British colonial rule lasted for 150 years and was filled with atrocities. The Indian subcontinent faced racial discrimination and brutal treatment. The Jallianwala Bagh Massacre in 1919 is a prime example where hundreds lost their lives. This rule deeply affected the subcontinent, pushing it towards freedom. The exploitation and oppression sparked a desire for independence. This journey is shown in films and videos, focusing on key events and figures. The effects of British rule are still seen today, with many viewing it as a time of great turmoil. Films often depict the struggles and sacrifices made during this era. Knowing this history helps us understand the region's path to freedom. The two-nation theory, when one size didn't fit all. The Indian subcontinent was under British rule, and the two-nation theory emerged. It argued for a Muslim state. This idea became the basis for Pakistan's creation. The two-nation theory showed the differences between Muslims and Hindus. It was about culture, society, and religion. Leaders like the All India Muslim League believed Muslims needed their own homeland. Documentaries and films about Pakistan's independence highlight this theory. They show the struggles and victories of Pakistan's creation. These stories give a visual look at the events leading to its freedom. Understanding the two-nation theory helps us see the partition's complexity. It shows the massive migration of people across new borders. This theory is key to Pakistan's history and identity. Rise of the Muslim League, from gentlemen's club to freedom fighters. The Muslim League started as a club for gentlemen. It grew into a strong force for freedom. The All India Muslim League was created in 1906. Its main goal was to protect Muslim rights in the subcontinent. As British rule got tighter, the Muslim League became more involved in politics. It changed into a more active and open organization. This change helped it become a key player in the Pakistan movement. The Muslim League faced many challenges on its rise, yet under great leaders, it played a key role in making Pakistan. Its work was vital in the Pakistan freedom movement. This is shown in many Quaid-e-Azam documentaries and Pakistan freedom movement films. Quaid-e-Azam, the man who wore suits and changed history. Muhammad Ali Jinnah, later known as Quaid-e-Azam, was a barrister with a vision that would change history. He went from being a young lawyer to the founder of Pakistan. His journey was filled with determination, strategic brilliance, and unwavering commitment. As a key leader in the All India Muslim League, Jinnah played a crucial role. He shaped the destiny of the Muslim community in the subcontinent. His leadership was a mix of legal knowledge and political wisdom. The 14 points, Jinnah's non-negotiables. In 1929, Jinnah presented his 14 points. These were constitutional reforms to protect Muslim rights in a united India. They showed his deep understanding of constitutional law and negotiation skills. Constitutional wizardry, legal mind at work. Jinnah was known as a constitutional wizard for his expertise in constitutional law. His skill in drafting and negotiating constitutional reforms was key to Pakistan's creation. His legal mind and strategic thinking were vital in the complex political landscape of the time. Throughout his journey, Quaid-e-Azam stayed focused on creating a homeland for Muslims. His leadership and vision continue to inspire many. He remains a significant figure in Pakistan's history. The Lahore Resolution, Pakistan's first draft. In 1940, the All India Muslim League passed the Lahore Resolution. This document would change history. It was more than a demand, it was a call to action for Muslims in the Indian subcontinent. The resolution outlined the Muslim League's dream of a separate homeland. Here, Muslims could live by their own cultural and political rules. It was a bold move that challenged the existing order and paved the way for Pakistan. The Lahore Resolution was a turning point in the fight for independence. It set the stage for the Pakistan Independence History documentary. Its impact was felt across the subcontinent, inspiring a movement that led to the creation of a new nation. World War II's plot twist in the independence saga. World War II changed the Indian subcontinent's path to freedom. Britain's focus on the war meant India played a big role in the Allied forces. Millions of Indians fought in different parts of the world. This experience broadened their views and sparked a love for their country. The British promised more power to India in return for its help. This raised hopes for freedom among Indians. The war's end brought a new chapter in India's fight for freedom. It set the stage for Pakistan's journey to independence. This story could be told in a Pakistan independence struggle video or a subcontinent independence film. The Pakistan Independence History documentary. Freedom on Film. Journey to Freedom, Pakistan's Road to Independence, brings the events that shaped Pakistan's history to life. This documentary is a key historical resource. It gives viewers a deep understanding of the country's fight for freedom. The film carefully tells the story from British colonial rule to the birth of a new nation. It focuses on important figures, events, and the political scene that led to Pakistan's freedom. For those who love history or are interested in the Partition of India film story, this documentary is a treasure. Journey to Freedom mixes historical stories with personal tales, offering a deep-tailed look at the past. It's more than just historical facts. It's a story that shows the human side of history. Celebrating Pakistan's independence on August 14th, films like Journey to Freedom remind us of the country's deep history, just like a 14 August documentary would. In short, Journey to Freedom, Pakistan's Road to Independence, is essential for anyone wanting to grasp Pakistan's independence story. It shows how storytelling can make history interesting and accessible for today's viewers. The Cabinet Mission and Direct Action Day, when talks failed and streets spoke. The Cabinet Mission tried to keep India united in its last effort. It proposed a federal structure for India, giving provinces more freedom. But both the Indian National Congress and the All India Muslim League were unsure about it. Jinnah's Muslim League first agreed to the plan, but they changed their mind when Congress's view was different. This led to Direct Action Day, a day of violence in Calcutta. Direct Action Day on August 16, 1946, was a turning point. It showed that talking alone wouldn't solve the problem. This event was a key moment in the Pakistan freedom movement, as seen in films and historical accounts. Mountbatten Plan. Drawing borders with a hasty pencil. Lord Mountbatten's plan changed the fate of the subcontinent. The Mountbatten Plan, announced on June 3, 1947, was a key step towards the partition of India and the creation of Pakistan. It outlined how British India would be divided into two separate nations. The plan was quickly put into action. The Radcliffe Line was drawn to mark the borders between India and Pakistan. This quick decision had big consequences, especially in Punjab and Bengal. Punjab's division, Heartland, split in two. Punjab's division was a major issue with the Mountbatten Plan. This rich region, known for its rich culture, was split in two. This led to huge migrations and violence. Bengal's partition, Eastern complications. Bengal's partition brought its own set of problems. The eastern part of Bengal became part of Pakistan, now Bangladesh, while the western part stayed with India. This division had lasting effects on the region's economic and culture. The Mountbatten Plan's legacy is complex. Its hasty implementation led to chaos and violence during the partition, yet it was a